it's an interesting experience living with Wings Redemption. There's a lot of things that you don't see coming.
So look, last night or the night before, this is the elephant in the room. Wings put on Facebook that he was going to quit the boot camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say quit the boot camp. The word quit wasn't in those texts at all.
I don't know.
You
The word quit was
imply-
all over the text in my mind.
Yeah, you seriously implied you were going to quit. Wings had a really rough day, and it was like, I know he says it was day 5, but it was day 4 of him not losing any weight. And it's tough, but Wings, you weren't eating properly. You weren't eating enough, and he wasn't seeing that as a problem. But like when you don't eat, obviously your metabolism kind of just stagnates, and it's very hard for you to lose weight. And everyone has good days and bad days.
Like we're placing the blame on me.
No,
The blame is no. The blame's on you.
Yeah, the blame is directly on you and only you.
The blame is not on me. When you conditioned me for 2 weeks to eat like 500 calories,
Not what
and then I go into a situation where I forget to eat.
Wait. There's the key. There's the key to it. So here's what happened. I told Wings many times from the very beginning, you need to eat a minimum of 5 meals a day. And if you were eating 7 meals a day, that would be awesome. I know that's a lot to ask, but 7 would be top notch. 5 for sure, though. He would. And here's the thing: I'm not up. If I'm not there to like feed Wings like he's a child, then it doesn't get done. And he's a grown man, and he just has to take responsibility for himself. That for breakfast he has Fiber One cereal. 2.5 to 3 hours later, he has a banana or a yogurt. 2.5 to 3 hours later, he has a side salad. 2.5 to 3 hours later, he has grilled chicken breast and rice or a piece of wheat bread. 2 or 3 hours later, it's another yogurt or banana. That's how Wings' day is supposed to go, and that's exactly how I told him from the beginning, and I've supplied him with everything it takes to do that, and I've taught him how to make 4 different dishes with grilled chicken and a mixture of vegetables. So there's no excuses, and all the blame's on him because he's a grown man and he has all the tools.
I'm going to tell you this, I'm never going to do that, so we need to work around another way.
There isn't another way. We cannot baby you. Because when you leave
I'm telling you this, that will never happen in Wings' life.
Well, then Wings' life is going to decline again, and Wings is the only person to blame for that, because Wings has thousands of people rooting for him, thousands of people supporting him, and hundreds of people that have donated. And if you're dumb enough to not take that support and listen to it, Wings, you tell me you're hungry a lot. You tell me you love food. Then what the fuck is the problem with you eating? We have a fridge full of beautiful food. And you know what? If you can't be bothered to cook, I'm here. You can be like, Kitty, I'm hungry. And I'll be like, you know what? I've forgotten to eat today.
I can't rely on Kitty to cook for me. What I'm saying is, let's structure it a different way. Instead of having Jordy eat 5 to 7 meals a day, which I'm never going to do that. I sleep for 12 hours sometimes. All right, so that's outside the window. Why don't we structure it so I can find stuff that I can put in the microwave, or I can, make cold.
We even did that.
We do it like we're doing.
We did that. We got you the healthy choice, the steamed fresh meals,
and that's what I've been eating these last couple of days.
And how many meals have you had today?
Those microwave meals have been in there, a part of the program from day one.
I've had 2 meals.
All right, and what time is it now? It's 9:25, and you've had 2 meals today. Will you come into my office so I can slap you, please? I want everyone to hear it.
Silly. And I mean, we had this talk yesterday about how important these meals was. I literally told you last night, like the key to doing it would be to set a timer on your phone and to write down on a piece of paper every meal for the next day.
It's not that I forget to do it. You're acting like I forget to do it. It's like, oh.
I know you didn't forget. You just willfully didn't do it. I mean, that's why it's an upsetting thing. If I actually thought you had some kind of short-term memory loss, I would forgive that. But like we sat there last night, and I talked to you about work ethic, and I talked to you about the key. I gave you the tools and the keys to success for today, which were writing down what you were going to eat today, every single meal, so you knew going into tomorrow what it was going to be, and you could make it happen because they had been visualized. And the other key was setting a timer on your phone so that you could not forget your list. And neither one of those things happened.
They're not going to happen. I don't want to live my life that way.
Well, then you're a fucking moron.
So you almost quit the other day, right?
I didn't quit. You're using the word quit. I was ready to leave Kyle's house.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I feel like me, Kyle, and Kitty, we don't know enough about nutrition to get me through this weight loss thing, this plateau, because it's been about 5 or 6 days now.
You've
I
lost
felt,
weight the last 2 days.
if you say so, I felt like it would have been better, more beneficial for me to go ahead and start with a physical trainer, somebody that lives his life with nutrition, and be back in an area where I'm more comfortable, than it was to be, feel like I was just a sore thumb or something sticking around here, and I feel like I'm leeching on people when I'm in here.
But
You
why?
told me
they're
you were
telling you're
sore
not.
and you were starving and you were homesick. And I said, just wake up,
Mo-
do the
most of
right
it's
thing every day. If you don't, the world will beat you down. If you do, the
and
world will sing your praises. Hold on, there's more. And you're like, I'm not built that way. I said, rebuild. Weak moments like this happen to everyone. You're about to decide if you're a winner or a loser. Do you remember what you said?
I said I'm born a loser. I've
You
never
said,
been successful in anything in my life.
I'm a loser. It's all I've ever been. I said, stick it out so you can be proud of yourself. And you said, I would be proud if I stuck it out, but I would be just as happy to leave. That's why I decided what I did.
But the way of thinking is entirely different. You're looking at it as quitting. I can't quit now because I don't have an appetite right now. But like at the same time, if I stayed these extra 10 or 12 days, what's to stop me from doing what people are fearing is going to happen now? People act like if I leave here with a high, that it's going to generate something different.
It will. If you go
The
on a
end
negative.
result is myself has to go through this, whether it's 8 days from now or 45 days from now. It all boils down to I'm the one that has to make these choices, and no matter, and I'm not. There's nothing you can do to give me the tools needed to in the time allotted, other than getting me off of sugar, which you've done successfully, and making me strong enough to be able to work out on my own. Those are the two goals that
You don't know
we've
what
achieved.
success feels like. That's what we're trying to do. You're so lazy that you won't even like attempt something that's so simple because I was trying to teach you a lesson. That's what last night was about. It was about you making the list, setting the timer, and then doing it today and seeing what that felt like for once. To plan something, to plan to achieve something, to achieve it, and to be proud of it. That's what I was trying to teach you. But once again, I mean, God, I can't imagine that kind of like you played Dragon Age or something last night instead of taking 5 minutes to write down a list. Like I just wrote the list just a moment ago when I like spouted all that off. Like that's the list.
I
The
didn't
list
write
is
the list.
simple.
I didn't write the list because I didn't want to do it. I didn't write the list because I wasn't going to do it. There's two different meanings there.
But see that I talk about that a lot on my channel. Like, of course you'll never win anything. Of course you'll never accomplish anything if you knock yourself down before somebody else does, right? Like you don't even let yourself start on the road to success. You say, I'm not going to do that because I won't do that. I'm the sort of guy who fails at things, so I won't start.
My
I'm
motto
gonna
is
let you
anything
know
you
right
can
now.
do, I can do better.
I'm gonna let
Like
you know
That's a
this. I am never going to eat 7 meals a day. So with that out of the question, if you want to help me
See, then
succeed,
this is
let's
something
work
you
around
do
that.
too. You just went to the complete crazy end of the spectrum of what I had said, and made it sound like I was asking something unreasonable. You don't have to eat 7. You have to eat 3 though, or you're just not giving a fuck. You're just spitting in our face. If you don't eat 3 meals a day like a normal human being, when you
I've
eat
never ate
4,
3
I can
meals a
see you're
day.
trying. If you eat 5, then you're on the program. That's how it works. That's how this graduated scale goes. And right now you're like, I don't give a fuck.
It's like you're not even giving yourself a chance.
No,
Like
you want me to do it a certain way. I'm looking to be able to do it the way I can continue to do it when I'm not here.
you
The
can
way y'all have it,
continue to do it however you actually want to. We're not saying, you know what, Wings, you should be running 20 miles a day. We're telling you to go and have a yogurt 2 or 3 hours after you've had some cereal. Then we're telling you to eat lunch. We're not saying run 20 miles a day with a 50-pound pack on your back and then bench press lefty 150 times. That's fucking unrealistic. What we're telling you to do is eat.
You calling me fat, Kitty? Is that what that was supposed to be?
and I'm telling you,
Totally.
I cannot stick to that eating regimen you have.
What can you stick to?
I can stick to 2 to 3 meals a day, and they have to be stuff I don't have to turn the stove on for.
Shoot.
You could walk to the refrigerator from your office to get a yogurt every once in a while,
I
can't
don't
you?
like
It's
yogurt.
30 steps. It's
It's
30 steps.
I don't like yogurt.
There's
I don't
fruit.
even really like the
There's yogurt.
cereal.
The cereal tastes like Cocoa Puffs because we got the chocolate version.
It's still it's bland and monotonous after you've eaten it so many times.
We also have got the
We
Raisin
have,
Bran that was the same thing.
And wait, you don't always have to go bare minimum for calories. You don't
Yeah.
always have to do
Yeah.
that.
The low calories have never been a thing. I said from the beginning that we needed to do 15 to 2,500, and it's just it's me trying giving him small meals and then him not following through with the middle meals that have caused the calorie deficiency, which have caused the weight plateau.
and he talks about the cereal, whatever.
And
We
the weight
have-
plateau is this: it's his metabolism locking down. It's his body thinking, oh shit, there's not enough food around for me to survive. Why would I burn this energy all willy-nilly? So it's locking down and it's using energy as efficiently as it can. If he's getting 7 meals a day, his body is tricked into thinking that there's just so much fucking food around that I need to start burning calories and turn my body into a calorie furnace, which is how I try to live my life so that I can eat cupcakes and drink milkshakes all day. Which is what do I eat? Cupcakes and milkshakes, right?
You're inhuman. Like this man's cooked like 25 cupcakes. He's eaten at least 12 of them in the last 2 days. And
Yeah.
he drinks like a gallon of green tea a day. Like,
and washes it down with soda, eats cookies, bakes.
and he's lost
cookies
6 or 7
every-
pounds since I've been
Lost
here.
6 fucking pounds.
He's an asshole. I look at what he
Wow,
eats and I
indeed.
gain 50 pounds.
It-
But I mean, the thing is, Wings, right? If you did go back today and you went to a personal trainer, they're going to tell you exactly the same that Carl's telling you. If your
Not telling the exact
metabolism
same
isn't
thing. I'm like,
working overdrive, shush, don't interrupt. If your metabolism isn't working overdrive, you're never going to ditch that weight. You came here because you're wanting to lose weight, but you're stopping yourself from being able to do that because you're a stubborn fuck that won't accept help. That is your problem. And I don't know whether you won't accept the help or listen because you're scared of failing or you're just an asshole.
No, I think he's given up on a lot of it, and he's doing what he thinks is the right thing and following through because we said we do this thing.
And it shouldn't be that. He should want to succeed because it's bettering his health.
You said you were homesick and wanted to go home.
I do want to go home. I want to go home right now.
He's
Sure.
probably just sick of me nagging him. to
You're
be
a
honest.
grown man. Like, you're not allowed to be homesick anymore.
No, why?
I
Where's
don't think
that
that's
rule written
entirely
down?
fair.
Yeah,
though.
that's-
I don't
dude,
think,
I-
I don't
Really?
think that's
He doesn't
entirely
have a
fair.
wife and kids at home. He has his
Nah,
mom.
Yeah, and he
But
loves
he's
his
not
mom.
being
And he
away
loves his
from
family.
home.
I mean, I don't think it's entirely fair.
I miss the country. I miss flat ground. I miss some familiar streets. I miss the smell of the swamp. I miss a whole bunch of different things. I miss Ginger. I miss Chevy. I miss the way the damn dew hits the damn truck in the mornings. I miss just normally. I miss my room. I miss my office.
No, I
miss
can
sleeping in my
understand
own
that.
bed.
He's not been away from home very much. So I can understand how that's a thing.
I mean,
can't.
like,
That's
I-
never
no,
been a thing for me personally.
look,
I
I
left my
get
house
it.
at 19 and didn't come home for 6 months.
I feel it too. I like being home. I like being in familiar roads. I like being around my wife and kids and dogs, and I have a nice life. Sometimes when I go on vacation, it's not as good as real life, but you have an opportunity to upgrade, to reinvent, to rebuild, and I'm hearing like, you know what? I really like the dew and the flatness of my yard, so I'm not going to stay here anymore. And it's like, no.
Well, but see, you're looking at it 2 different ways. You're looking at it like you do something to completion. I'm looking at it like if I do it to completion, I'm not going to be any better for wear. I'm just wasting people's time.
Trust me,
It-
I'm
it
blunt
feels
enough to tell you if you're wasting our time.
It's a quit, dude. There's no other way to phrase it. It's a quit. It's a, I give up.
It's going through the motions.
Yeah.
No, I giving up would be like me.
It's going through
instead
the
of-
motions. It's half-assing.
Well, I half-ass stuff. That's the way I do it. You never
I
watch
know,
my
it's-
YouTube videos?
That's exactly what I said last night. I went on a rant with you about how you half-ass everything because like you handed me your portion after I sat there and edited everything to the best of my ability. I felt I'm no editor, but I tried my best, and you handed me your end, and both things you handed me were completely half-assed. One of them you had a fan blowing right into it like an air purifier,
Yeah.
and it was squirrely and like unlistenable.
Then I redid it, and then somebody called me in the middle of it, and I took the time to edit that out of
And
it.
he told me, I asked him, why didn't you put the phone on silent? He said, I don't do stuff like that. And there it is. But you didn't edit it out. It's right in the middle of the video.
In the
Oh
last
yeah,
the
the
minute,
text
text
out.
go
in the
off every
last
2
minute,
seconds.
there's been, hey, half-ass. That's how I do things. I half-ass it, and hey, I don't do this. Why?
Then the only portion of the video that you filmed that was the time lapse, it's completely out of focus, and it's the lower half of your body time lapsed for 20
I'm
minutes.
sorry. I have a new gadget. I was trying for the first time. Nobody was there to help me, and like I thought I had it in focus, but
Nobody's there to help me do anything. Every little adjustment I make is that if anything's out of focus, it's all on me. And I take full responsibility. I would never say, well, Kitty wasn't there to show me how to focus the camera. Like, it's you. It's just a my bad situation. It's cool. I'm not mad at you, but it's just an example of where you should, instead of giving me an example.
Because I'm sorry, Kyle, to cut you off, but like partly I feel like we're ganging up on you, and I feel guilty for that. Partly I feel like we're calling you out on your bullshit, and you badly need that.
Yeah, nobody's trying to hurt you here or attacking. We're not mad at you. We're disappointed, and we want more of you.
The days that you
I
were
don't want to
happy.
do YouTube. I don't. I'm losing this weight right now to get out of YouTube.
That's okay.
I don't want to change my work ethic on YouTube.
There's nothing wrong with it. All right, so there's two different things. There's nothing wrong with you working and your goal being getting off YouTube. Because what we talked about last week, it sounds like a good scenario for you. You being some sort of firefighting, softball playing weekend guy who maybe ends up with a family and enjoys the rest of his life and starts learning what life's about. But that, and everybody would be cool with that. But you don't half-ass your journey, because you're never going to be. Are you going to half-ass being a firefighter and half-ass that stuff? No, because that's stuff you care about. So you shouldn't half-ass this, because people have vested time, money, effort, and everything else into
half-assing it.
You are half-assing. You just admitted it. You literally just admitted it. You said the words, "I'm a half-asser. That's what I do." It's okay. We're not trying to like beat something out of you. It's okay
This is where
that
I
you're
want to go home.
We just want more of you.
Why do you want to go home?
Because there's nobody there to sit or bitch at me.
There's nobody to call you out on where you're lacking. We're not doing this stuff to be bullies. I want you to understand that.
I am who I am. I mean, I'm who I am.
If you have that attitude, we're not saying you have to change.
I don't want to fix it. I mean,
complete-
I like who I am.
So you like being overweight
No, I didn't say
and
I like
trapped
being
working on
overweight.
YouTube?
Wings, I gotta disagree with this being how you are, because I remember watching the first video of boot camp, and you were quick to tap out, quick. And now I've been watching these videos. No, hold on.
I gave my 100% the entire time in every workout I've done.
And no, hold on, let me finish. And now Kyle thinks you're done, and you say no, I got more. And when you started this,
Because I'm stronger.
I know, but you're willing to do more, to put up with more, to push yourself. I get the feeling watching you, that first video, I didn't get the feeling you weren't exuding confidence. You weren't like, yeah, I can do this. Now you are. There has been a change in you. And when you wanted to start this, you wanted to start it to change your life and to change your business, to change your YouTube business for the better. I think I don't want to do YouTube, I want to leave YouTube, all this stuff, I think it's like a default position for you. When you feel overloaded, you default to, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm scared. I don't want to do this. Whatever it is, whether it be the boot camp, whether it be eating the meals, or doing YouTube, you default to I am who I am. I don't want to do this anymore. And I think you need to I think it would be in your best interest to look at that honestly and look at yourself honestly and rationally, and be like, you know what? Yeah, it's kind of a default just to remove myself from the situation, to put up a barrier between what I feel is threatening or bad or looming and myself. Because I think that's what I'm not a psychologist. I play one on YouTube, but I think that's what you do, and I think it would be in your best interest just to I don't know, inner monologue, call it whatever you want, but take an honest look at what you're saying and why you're saying it. You don't have to tell anybody. You don't have to be publicly like, yeah, it's it's actually because of this, I say this. But be honest with yourself and take a look at what you're really saying and why you're saying it. Because I don't think a lot of the things you're saying are actually how you feel. Because they don't mesh up with how you went into this whole thing. You were excited. You were on Kyle. You were bitching at Kyle. Like, let's do this damn thing. I want to get on here and I want to start this thing. I want to get it started as soon as possible. And now that's completely changed. And I don't see a reason for it.
Yeah, Wings was totally the driving force behind this thing. Like this thing could have it I was willing from the time I offered, but if Wings had ever been like, I don't know about this whole thing. Yeah, I get homesick and all that. It was going to be a dead issue. All he had to do was say no. I wasn't going to force him. It was an offer.
But he
And,
didn't
and
say
he was
no. He said
no.
when. He said why not sooner. He said, you know what? If this had started already, we'd be nearly done by now. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And now let's stop this.
I wish you'd just value yourself more. Like it's painful to watch you beating yourself up. Like I look back at the first few days of boot camp and you're like, what's the plan today? Let's go. You were smiling, you were laughing and whatever. And I know you suffer from depression. So in my head, I'm putting it down to you're having a low moment that is probably brought on by you starving yourself, firstly, because your brain doesn't have the right nutrients right now. And secondly, it's probably been brought on by the fact that there's been no mega improvement. And you're getting stagnated on that no mega improvement in the last 5 days. But what you're negating is you lost 22 pounds.
And what he's really forgetting is, and what you guys should realize that you don't see is his strength, his stamina, his cardiovascular system, everything, all that stuff, even his hands, everything is tougher now and stronger and faster. I always I look at things this way, and I told him this, I've shared this with him. When I'm working out, after a week goes by or a month, I think to myself, could I kick my ass a month ago? If I could go back in time with some sort of machine, could I kick last week's me? Could I kick his ass? And if I could, I did a good job. And I'm like, Wings, you would beat the shit out of the Geordie that was before this. Remember, Wings, remember how tired you got from that first walk, how exhausting and terrible that was? And now you're rolling around the floor with Jeremy trying to choke him out. And when you got up, you weren't even out of breath. He was more out of breath than you. Of course, he was getting choked. But when you got up, you weren't out of breath. You were laughing and talking about, you like the way that went. You've got stamina now. That's comparable for someone your size. You have decent stamina now. Like you can do stuff. You're so much stronger when you're lifting weights now. You're moving around. You're curling 75 pounds, like 5 sets of 8. You're stronger. You've gotten when you got here, you could barely lift 120 pounds above your head more than 2 or 3 times. Now you're doing that. You're so much stronger. You're so much faster. You've got such better cardio, and you're 20 some odd pounds lighter, and you're much smaller. Your pants and clothes are fitting looser. There's so many signs that you're succeeding and that you're winning, and you're focusing on this one little one, which is the fat loss, which isn't even that major. We're not even accounting for the muscle gain. You must have gained muscle because you just weren't doing shit before you came here, and we've been working every muscle group in your body.
Yeah, every morning he goes out for a walk, and I'm usually in the office answering emails, and Kyle's usually asleep. And the first few days were very short. Now, don't get me wrong. Every time Wings comes in from a walk, he's hot, he's sweaty, he's out of breath. But that walk time has trebled.
Trebled? Are those little monsters from Star Trek?
Right?
Oh my goodness.
No, those are tribbles.
Yeah.
Do you say times by 3? How do you Americans
Triples.
say?
What about the
Triple.
pace? How's the
Oh, yeah,
pace been doing
The,
over the walk?
the walk hasn't tripled. I do the same thing every day.
No, let me say it's not about I'm talking about your conditioning. The first day, let me tell you what happened the first walk that me and Jordy went on. We walked a very short distance, just out of sight of my home, like around the corner, and his pants broke. They couldn't take it. So we went back to the house, got new pants. He walked 0.7 miles total, but in a stretch, he walked about half a mile, and he was borderline going to pass out. He burst into the house and said, like, clear the way. Like, here I come. Like, I'm going to crash out on the couch. And that's how it was. And he had a cold sweat on his brow. He was completely out of breath. He was pale. And I think I have it recorded somewhere. I should include that in the next video if you're cool with it. But you were in terrible shape. And now you go out for that morning walk for like 10, 15, 20 minutes before you get back. And when you get back, you're not huffing and puffing. You're just like, you're just like you just went for a little jog. I saw you jog 2 days ago when we were playing Frisbee. That's the first time I saw you jog. I don't understand why you're not excited about all these things, because I am. When I see them, I'm like, there we go. That's good. That's improvement.
You're excited about this, but I'm excited about that. I'm still 200 pounds overweight. And another thing is I can't get behind the eating program because I'm telling you right now, I will not succeed on that program. How do I know? I've done that program before. I've been to dietitians. I know me, and I will not do that.
So
Well,
what's
You
the
act like that.
solution?
The solution is to maybe tailor a program to something I will do.
Then
Will
you
you
need
do
a new
3 a
body.
day? Will you do 3 meals a day?
It's not even about doing 3 meals a day. It's about I'll do 3 meals a day, but it's just got to be something I can do. Like I don't like cooking. I don't like standing in front of a stove. I don't like preparing meat. I don't like doing any of that. I don't want to do any of that. And
I don't like that either. I don't fucking cook.
okay, I don't cook either. Have you ever seen me come to you like, hey Kyle, can you cook something? No, I'm not going to do that.
I haven't heard the answer yet. Wings, like propose something that will work. Then
Um, First off, I mean, it has the money, the ability to eat has to go way down, like money wise. Like we spent something like $700 on 3 weeks of food so far, and like that has to go down to like $150.
so
That
like,
seems like it's on the
in,
really high
in
end. I
my
don't think we've spent that
professional
much money
life,
at all.
I mean, any jackass can come up with reasons things will fail. Any
I'm,
jackass
I'm
can
not trying
point
to say it's
hold on,
gonna
I'm not
fail.
done yet. You just stop this. Any idiot can point to what they don't like about something. If you want to do this right, point to what can be better. But like come up with a change that improves this. All I'm hearing so far is, like,
This-
oh, here's a problem, and
All
here's a
you're
problem,
all
and
you're
here's a
hearing
problem.
are all you're hearing are excuses, and
Yeah.
that's another talk. Like me and Wings have had about 3 like major talks like this. We talked about work ethic, we talked about half-assing things, and we also talked about excuses. That was the third one. That was the third talk we had, and I said that you are always able to come up with an excuse why you can't do something. You're a master of it. You can come up with an excuse why you cannot do anything I could possibly name, but I have never seen you come up with a reason why you can do something. What makes you special? That yeah, I can do that, and I'm gonna do that. Like never be like, if I were saying, we're not gonna do this though, and you're like, no, no, that's me. That's what I'm good at. I can do that shit.
Every
I'm all
bump in the
about that.
road is
Never
greeted
that.
with a quit. Oh, there's a problem. Quick quit. Oh, there's something that could happen wrong. I give up. This will never work. Do the opposite. Here's a problem. I can solve it. Where's that?
That
The
doesn't exist.
confusing thing is
No,
he's passionate about the end goal. He really is.
Everyone's
and when he's
passionate
working
about
out,
end goals.
Yeah,
I want to be
completely.
rich. Fuck it. I'll be younger too. I don't have a plan for that shit. You don't have a plan for it. You're not executing on this shit. Then it doesn't count for anything. Who's not passionate? I'm passionate about 6-pack abs. That sounds fucking wonderful.
Your dream about being a firefighter has to be strong enough that you make a bit of sacrifice to your lazy mentality. Because what we're saying can get you to your bunny rabbit ears, quote marks, dream isn't much effort on your part. You're pulling things that are really not relevant.
And the other thing is, like, it's just not that hard. It's really not.
Yeah.
It's really not. We're not asking for much. I don't want you to be a pro athlete. If I were going, it would be much. It's much harder for a normal guy to go out there and be like, look, I need you to be fucking Stallone. You got to get on that right now. You have to do so much to go from normal to superior. But to go from where you are to normal is the easy step. It's just maintaining a balanced diet that isn't extreme and isn't completely devoid of vitamins and minerals and nutrients and the things your body needs, while at the same time being moderately physically active for half an hour a day. That's all that's required of you.
Are there what works? What Kyle? What is in his diet now that he could get that's more readily
Well, see,
consumable than
that's on him because when we did our shopping, I pointed to each item and I said, "What about this? What about that?" And I only picked items that he agreed on. I didn't pick anything that he was like, "I don't eat that," because there's several things that Wings won't eat. Wings will not eat any eggs or any fish, and I like fish a lot. Normally, my diet when I'm getting in shape is half grilled chicken, half tuna. So there's no tuna in Wings' diet, which I like. But anyway, we picked things that he agreed upon, 100%. I don't know. When we've talked about food a lot because we both love food, and we talk about liking things like Zaxby's chicken fingers, and there's just no way to incorporate Zaxby's chicken fingers or hot wings into a diet plan.
It's almost
There-
like the skill Wings need isn't eating several meals a day. It's not even exercising. It's perseverance. It's the underlying thing that holds him back in everything, right? Why is he half-assing some of his videos? Why is he quick to quit? Why is he saying, "Oh, this will never work"? It's like Wings won't get anything done unless he has Kyle grabbing by one arm and Kitty grabbing by the other to make him do it.
He's lost his confidence, and it's sad to see.
But I don't know why, because he all those reasons I listed earlier for why you're a winner, why you're doing well. You should have a lot of confidence. Just that's why, like months ago, before any of this was discussed, I tried to suggest weightlifting for you because you see such dramatic gains in weightlifting. I thought that seeing progression and seeing gains and accomplishments would be good. And you're seeing all those gains, and I guess I was wrong.
So what's going on in your head, Wings? What are you thinking right now?
I'm thinking I'm ready for 12 days to be over with.
But Wings, I think if you asked any person if they'd lost, let's say 22 pounds in under 3 weeks,
I have lost
they would
22
be
pounds more times than I can count. This is not new to me. I've lost 80 pounds in 2011. 80. And I backslid off of it. I'm not at the point where I've even made a success yet in my life. And like I want to gain the tools needed to get that success. I want to get the tools needed to turn that 22 into 122. And I feel like if I don't do it your way, I'm doing it wrong. And you're blocking me out, so I'm going to block it out right back. I'm going to keep working out, doing what I got to do, and I'm going to go home and then work on the plan I set for myself.
But the plan you've set for yourself is eat once a day and just fester.
But he won't eat once a day when he gets home. There's going to be a bag of Lay's on the counter or a box of donuts.
I don't eat chips.
It's a euphemism.
Yeah, you're eating something, Wings.
I eat mainly fast food.
You can't do that's probably going to have to stop.
It is going to have to stop. And that's basically what I need help for. He got me off the sugar. I no longer have hunger pains. I can sit here and not eat for 2 days now, and I wouldn't get hungry because my body has gotten used to eating like 500 calories a day. I can forget to eat right now.
I will repeat that neither me or Kyle have recommended that he cuts his calories to 500 a day.
Like what
we
he's
do not know
describing
where that came from.
And
what he's describing is the weight plateau that he's talking about. He's self-induced.
They're sitting there talking bad about me, but I ate before PKA. Why? Because I'm like, well, if I don't eat before PKA, I'd only have 400 calories today.
Well, congratulations. That is the most minimal effort I can feel that you could have possibly exerted to stay on the 7 meal a day optimum program. That is what
I'm not going to do that.
It's okay if you don't do it. It's a goddamn boot camp. That's the point. The point is we're gonna give you a giant leap forward in a month. That's the point. That's what the boot camp's about. It's why you're working out a little bit harder than you normally would. It's why you're eating food that you normally wouldn't eat. It's a boot camp. It's a 30-day program in which things are really hard and really strenuous so that you get a leap forward into a life-changing weight loss goal. That's the whole point of the program. You should know that. So it's okay if you don't eat 7 meals a day when you get home, as long as you try your best to be fucking healthy. But here, you should be exerting. You should be trying harder. This should be my A1 game. This should be everyone's looking because they fucking are.
I feel like we're bullying you.
Yeah, I've said that repeatedly. That yeah.
Like I want to be bullying you by making you pull me around the garden in a wheelchair. I don't.
I'd rather pull you around the garden in a wheelchair than cook my own food.
But we've gone like above and beyond to give you a huge variety of food. Some that just needs nuking, some that you can just pop off a lid, some that is cooked by myself or Kyle for you. Like we have gone above and beyond on that. Whether it's the soups you liked, the type of garlic stuff you liked, the insane like this fetish you have with chili peppers.
I think what we're getting is I don't make no mistake. This thing has been made as easy and pain-free as could possibly be. We call it a boot camp, but it's really been let's make this easy on this guy and let's get this done. Let's try to make this as tailor fit to him as we can, and try not to like culture shock him, but still not good enough.
We want you to succeed, Wings. We really do.
If I didn't want to succeed, I wouldn't still be doing the workouts. I'd be like, fuck it. I'm just gonna sit here and ride out the rest of the boot camp.
But as soon as
Make
it's
people
something
think
you
I did
don't
it.
like, you just shut down.
As I understand it, the eating part is part of the boot camp. That's part
Yeah,
of the
it's the
part of the
main
workout.
part. It's the main part.
Hey,
The
but it's their way
workouts
or the
are
highway. I'm telling them the 7 days is not going to work. If they were personal trainers, here's what my answer to a personal trainer would be. He goes, you got to eat 7 meals a day. Well, look here, I'm paying you money. I'm not eating 7 meals a day. Figure another way out. And
But
he
you've
would go and
got to
figure another
him.
way out for me.
Not when it comes to things like that, Wings. What you're asking is for
it's
is a
analogous to
non-human
telling
body.
it's analogous to telling your doctor, no, I can't take 2 pills a day. You guys need to go back to Pfizer. Tell them 1 capsule a week. I can probably manage that. It's simple, man. It's so simple eating a banana. Like there was that day you got all those cramps and we had to stop working out early, and I was like, well, you've been eating those bananas. You shouldn't have been. And he's like, oh, we ran out of bananas. I was like, why don't you go get more? And anytime that comes out, like we run out of bananas, I'm like, you're a grown man. You have your vehicle out front, and you know where the grocery store is. And the grocery store from my house that has bananas
5 minutes.
is, God, you could walk to it.
Wings, what's your favorite meal that you've eaten at Cobb's?
Yeah,
What's your favorite thing to eat? Your favorite small meal? What's your favorite one that you like the most?
I don't really like any of them, to be honest. I mean, I'm eating them just to eat them.
So you don't like the grilled chicken? You don't like
My turkey bolognese.
I
you
mean,
don't like the bananas, the yogurt, none of that? It's,
they're not foods that make me happy.
What makes you happy?
Fried foods. So basically, I'm giving up my major love in life, and I'm not getting credit for that. Like when you take eating away from me, that's all I have. I have YouTube and eating. Eating's gone. Now all I have is YouTube. And that's pretty much my whole life. And I'm not sitting there trying to tell you to feel bad for me. Like, oh, well, I did this to my fucking self. But I'm telling you that the plan you have invested to me doesn't work. That's why I wanted to go home. And
'Cause you
like, this
won't
isn't
let
going to
it.
work. I'm not going to let it because I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it tomorrow, today, or 45 days from now. It's just not going to happen. I mean,
There aren't many people in your situation that would be so stubborn as to turn down something
No.
like this.
No, it's
I
shocking.
don't know of anyone who has tens of thousands of people rooting for him who can sit there and say, yeah, well, opening a yogurt is just too much effort.
I don't like yogurt. I don't like it. And then you don't
No,
make me
but
do.
wait,
You're
wait.
picking on
Take
it.
a
I
step
don't like it
backwards.
either.
You've got tens of thousands of people cheering you on, and in response, you're like, ah, fuck yogurt. Dude, I worked a lot yesterday. I probably put in 18, 20 hours yesterday. It was a long day for me. And there were moments where I thought, man, Woody, you're working your eyes red. This is tough. And then I thought, you know what, Woody, fuck you. The Woody of 4 years ago would not have considered placing Minecraft blocks work. He would not have considered staying at home all day a hard day. Be appreciative of what you have. And I think the same thing to Wings. Wings, fuck you, man. Think about where you are. Think about the tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people cheering you on. The hundreds of people who gave you thousands of dollars to make this happen. And you're, yogurt, don't really like it. Fuck it. I'm going home. I miss the dude.
You guys are making me
I
out
miss
to be
my
the
mom.
horrible person because I am not going to do a program that I know I will not stick to.
It's boot camp.
If I do 7 meals every day from here to the end of the boot camp, guess what I'm going to do when I go home? Not do 7 meals because
Fried
I hate
food.
doing it. I hate doing it. So why not do something and make a plan that I like doing?
But
and
I
want to
picture you
uphold?
like a turtle on his back saying, you got to do this for me. You got to do that for me. Now I need a new plan for this. If I was paying you, then you're not paying. You're getting paid. Be the solution guy.
I'm being solution guy. I'm telling them what they're doing is not going to work.
That's not a solution.
no, that's not a solution. That is not at all a solution.
Yeah,
Wings.
no, but let's back up to the work situation, right? Nobody values someone who points and finds flaws. You value
How
someone
about
who
this?
points and finds answers.
Stop worrying about what I eat, and we'll
And let
just
me
worry
just
about
say,
the
this-
exercise part.
You keep acting like the plan that we have is some sort of like kooky science experiment. It is widely well known. Any dietitian you speak to, any like sports health expert, any doctor, they're going to tell
I know
you
it is, but
small
I'm telling you,
meals
I will
frequently
not
through
do
the
it.
day is what's going to speed up your metabolism and help you burn more energy faster. And what you have done is literally the opposite of that. And you're telling us that we're the ones who need to go back to the drawing board.
You ever heard the saying that some children need to be taught differently?
Yeah,
Like a
I
child
just
with
don't have,
dyslexia.
You're
I just
not
don't know
a
how they would
freaking
feel if I was
child.
hitting you with a bat the whole video.
Like, say a child
He
with
still
dyslexia.
hasn't learned.
It's worth a
A
try.
child has dyslexia, and you try to teach him the way every other
Mhm.
child learns that day, and he can't learn it. And you're going to tell him, well,
We're
this
not
is the way
asking you
that
to
works
learn.
90% of the people. What doesn't fucking work?
You're
for
not
me.
dyslexic. You don't have any excuses.
I have a horrible eating addiction
I don't believe
And
in
what's
that.
your
That's
problem with
bullshit.
eating? Because
That's-
you're not eating enough.
because I'm eating stuff I don't like. Like, what did I eat a while ago? I ate like spinach soup or some mess.
The things that you do like will completely subvert your workouts. Completely. You not once throughout this whole thing have we heard one thing that you like that is have you soups? Have you tried any soups that you like? Tomato soup. Can you have a bowl or two of that a day with a
We literally went to the store and he had us buy like how many containers of soup?
15 or 16.
Did we literally have 15 containers of new soup from yesterday?
Yeah,
That
at
you
least.
picked out mostly. I picked
Yeah.
3 of them out.
And like Wings, as much as you sit there and say you didn't like any of that food, I made like that turkey bolognese stuff the other day from scratch. It was very sweet. It was nice. You came back for more. It was great. I just think you don't want to like the food. I get that you don't like yogurts. No, I don't even know who likes yogurts.
I do.
I eat them.
Lots of
Yogurt
protein.
is sour
Weird.
milk.
Yeah, right. No, I'm with you, Wings.
Greek
But
yogurt,
guess
great
what?
food if you're getting in shape.
Ridiculous people like yogurt.
But guess
Right,
what?
Kyle?
My dietitian asks
I love it.
to eat at
3 or
least
4 a
3
day.
a week. So I do. I don't fucking like them.
Like that's what and Wings says I'm a freak because I lost 6 pounds to this thing and I'm eating cupcakes and like I don't eat fast food in front of him but I go to Taco Bell. I've been to Taco Bell twice since he's been here. I don't do it
I
a lot.
hate you.
But my metabolism's so fast because I make it that fast. I take a lot of B12, probably maybe too much. I don't think there is too much though. I think your body just stops absorbing it at some point. So I'm always got energy. I take tons of B12. My metabolism's fast. I drink nothing but green tea, like he mentioned, like a gallon a day of green tea, and I eat a lot of small meals until my metabolism is fast, and then I can eat anything, and it'll slow down, and I'll notice when it does because I'll start gaining weight, and then I'll speed it up again. It takes me about a month to do it. And there's no reason he can't do it and live his life that way. As soon as I gain 20 pounds, I drop the 20 pounds immediately. I bounce up and down 20 pounds every 3 months.
I don't think that's really.
It's not healthy. I don't care,
No,
though.
it's terrible. Please,
how I live my
please
life.
do not take that as advice. Like,
So do you like soup, Wings? What kind of soup do you like?
It's not about liking. I'm just not that kind of person. Like, why do you think I go to fast food restaurants? Because
I'm talking about what can you consolidate? You'll eat 3 meals a day. So then what can we consolidate into 3 meals a day and maybe a snack here or there that you will eat? What do you like that isn't the yogurt, that isn't the thing, but that also isn't fried food?
It can't even be that way though, Lefty. I know I'm pointing out another difference, but if I sat here with you and created a menu of what I like, I'd eventually get tired of it.
he's not saying one menu every day for the rest of your life. He's asking you what kind of foods you like.
When are you going to come up with something that does work?
I'll figure it out on my own. Let's do the
How's
workout
that going
part.
so far? How's that working for you?
It did horribly, but
All right.
I'm tired of dealing with the 7 meals a day crap. I'm not going to do it.
All right.
Nobody
All
wants
right.
7.
So,
We want 5.
Might
so
do
what
5.
does work? What
I
is
what we
proposed
okay?
do.
3 and a snack. I proposed 3 and a snack, and you even said no to that.
Propose something. Propose something. All I'm hearing is no's.
What
I-
we just proposed to you is the sort of thing that you propose on an 8-year-old, and he's the only one on the planet who throws
Let's
a
pretend
back.
we were
3 meals
choosing.
and a
Hold on.
snack,
I
Johnny.
want the
3 meals
floor,
and a snack.
please. Let's pretend we were going to a restaurant, right? I feel like Kyle's saying, let's go to Outback. I'm saying, let's go to Tuesdays. Kitty's saying, let's go to Fridays. And Wings is just saying, nope, 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 nope. Never saying, let's go anywhere. Always just, nope, nada, that won't work, don't like it, can't go, not interested, etc. Where's yours?
I
Are
like
you
to have
taking a
food.
nap? On my screen, you're taking a nap. Well, I think it froze. Where's yours? Where's your solution?
I'll figure that out myself. I mean, like, obviously, we're not going to come to a medium ground on the
How's that
food.
coming so far? Right? How's that
It
going?
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean,
Really?
because I'm unwilling to eat 7 meals a day. 5. I'm unwilling to
Stop
prepare
hanging on
food.
to the 7 thing, right? Like that, Kyle called you out on that before. Like you grab the most extreme example of of one proposed idea
Whatever.
and say I'm not willing to eat
Let's
14
break it
times a
down to this.
day.
I'm unwilling to prepare food that requires preparation.
You're unwilling to say yes to anything. You're unwilling to find a solution to this problem that we have. You're unwilling to try something that might work. All you want to do is say things won't work.
What about those frozen meals? The smart
Listen,
ones.
here's the
We
thing
have a
with-
freezer full.
I don't like them
I'm-
because they're like 300 calories and they just make me want to eat more.
I'm telling you, I put a lot of
Now
thought
we're back to
into
where
this
we
thing.
were 3 minutes ago, right?
Well, let's
now
just
we're
go
back
to
to
another
I don't like
subject.
this. Here's a problem with that. I don't like this. Here's a problem with that. What don't you have a problem with?
The reason I don't eat these small meals a day is
Mhm.
just that they make me hungry.
So
I'd
what's your
rather
answer?
not eat them and not be hungry.
So 3 meals a day is not multi-small days, right? I'm not hearing anything that you're willing to do. And you're gifted. You're so lucky right now to have people that give a shit with you enough to hold what basically is an intervention right here. You're so lucky to have hundreds of people give you thousands of dollars and 100,000 people watch your videos about this. You're like put on this pedestal. People are calling you an inspiration. I called you an inspiration. But what you're being right now isn't inspiring. What you're being right now is you're refusing to do anything but lose.
Spoiled brat.
I'm not spoiled brat. I mean, I do the workouts. I do workouts every time they ask me to do them.
Eating is a part of it because the only other option besides coming to some consensus on 3 meals and a snack, 4 or 5 meals a day, whatever, other than that, is just not eating, period, ever. Because
We have to work out for 2 hours straight to burn 1,000 calories. So that's not gonna be what
Diet's
defeats
the
this
major
thing.
part of this. Right?
Diet's the major part.
Uh,
The working out is about more than the calories burned. It's supposed to be about you accomplishing things. And you're fine on the working out part. I see you trying, and I don't know that you're going above and beyond every single time, but I've seen you go above and beyond, and you're giving for the most part your best effort.
I'm gonna tell you this now.
And you have
I go to the hardest I go every time. You might not believe. I know you didn't believe the first day, and it hurt my feelings. You said you can do more than that. No, fuck, I couldn't. I did 45 seconds because I could do 45 seconds.
But it's not about that. It's not about doing more than 45 seconds. It's about resting for 5 minutes and doing 15 more seconds, and then resting for 10 minutes and
I
doing
have
5
trouble
more
breathing. Like one of the
That's
problems I'm having working out is I suck at breathing and
That's
working out
because
at the
you don't
same
know what
time.
working out is about. What you mean by sucking breathing is that you're elevating your breathing rate, and that's uncomfortable, and that's part of physical activity.
No. What
No.
it is I hold my breath too fucking often. Like I'll hold my breath.
And
every time
how many
strenuous.
you can I tell you to breathe so often that you could probably find at least 3 examples of me doing so in the videos. You're told to breathe constantly.
And I try, and that's what I'm working on. But because I'm failing at a certain aspect doesn't mean I'm not giving
You're
you
not
everything I
failing.
know how to do.
That's not what I'm telling you. You're not failing. You're succeeding on this end of the workout program. You're the boot camp. You're doing really well at the physical stuff. We did slam balls today. It went really well. You hit the mitts today. It went really well. You drug Jeremy across the floor, I don't know, 20 fucking times today when you could only do it 8 times when you got here.
Four.
That's
I did
that's
four
a,
times, and I did 30 times today.
Yeah, exactly. I think exactly. That's a massive improvement. Massive improvement of strength and stamina. And you weren't nearly in as rough shape afterward. The first time you were covered in sweat. And when you see those kind of strength improvements, I would think you always talk about wanting to be strong again, wanting to feel like you were a Bubba or whatever. You're on the way there, but right now you're not a Bubba and you know it. Jeremy's a Bubba.
Jeremy couldn't be qualified Bubba. A Bubba's an overweight guy that just happens to be horse strong and is able to keep up with little guys.
Fair enough.
Jeremy is a really strong guy that's a little underweight.
I think that's part of the problem. You're really quick to pull things apart.
Yeah. Oh, Wings is the most critical person I've ever seen. Like we could be watching a really cool music video on
But he
YouTube.
does it to himself, which
We
is it's gut wrenching.
me and Jeremy were sitting here today watching somebody who had posted a commentary for Call of Duty Ghosts, and it was the most incredible game I'd seen in a long time. A lot of kills. I'm not gonna say who it was, but anyway, it was something that I didn't even think was possible to be done. And
Over
Wings,
100 kills.
all Wings could say was, "Wouldn't have done that against me." And it was like, come on, man, bow down and appreciate this guy. And you could tell in the commentator's voice that he wasn't being smug about it. He was like, I didn't believe I could do this. I even said I couldn't do it, but I did it, and I'm really proud of myself. And it was good. And he was just critical of that. And he's critical of everything. I mean, when I talked about Jeremy's truck last week, how he hurt Jeremy's feelings by exposing Jeremy's truck, even though Jeremy didn't know it. Jeremy's truck's not a Z71 package; it just has the stickers. And as soon as Wings found out, guess what, Jeremy? Your truck that you love so much isn't as good as you thought it was. And it's like that with everything in your life, in my life. He'll really be quick to point out and have a negative feeling about it. Anything.
And I think like Wings, one thing you've got to learn is if you start being positive about things, whether it's that was a good video that that person put out, or hey, the shirt that you got into today, it didn't fit you when you arrived. That was awesome, and you should have been like, yes, I can get into this shirt, but you weren't. You were kind of mad. And I think like when you learn to
you're misconstruing that.
No, I think when you learn to be positive about things, you're going to feel better. What you're doing is you're getting yourself hung up on this difficulty that you're having with 5 meals a day, and you're making it destroy everything. Kyle has just told you you are kicking ass at the workouts. You are doing incredibly well. Your stamina, your strength, everything has improved remarkably, but you still just get hung up on the food because you cannot praise yourself and be positive about something. And that, for me, is gut-wrenching to see because it's like you're tearing yourself apart when you should be lifting yourself up. Because there isn't a reason for you to be tearing yourself apart. You are here, you came here, you left your house, you came to this scary redneck place, and you have been putting, for the most part, your all into it. But you get hung up on the fact that you don't like a couple of things, and then you get this mental block, and it does you way more damage than help.
So can we get to another subject yet?
Will you just say, like, I kicked ass at the workout today?
No, I didn't.
You didn't think so?
You just...
I never think so. I don't look at this thing as, point A to point B. I look at this thing as a marathon. I have to continue to do this for another 6 to 7 months to even be in the ballpark of where I want to be at. So why be patting myself on the back now?
Because that marathon has every day.
And before you point out making small goals, we've been through small goals. That's been like I swear to God, guys, like you would have had to pay God knows what you would have had to pay to get like what we've done for Wings. I give these inspirational speeches like fucking daily. Like we talk about setting small goals and stuff like this. Like I've got a little bit of a knowledge about how to focus on a goal and work for it and strive for it and put your all into something and feel pride about your work, and that's work ethic. And I said that in yesterday's video. Work ethic is very important to me, and it's something that has to be instilled into you. It was instilled into me by my father, and when he would talk about how hard he had to work growing up and how he had to earn his credit rating, how he had to start so small when he was like had to get a cosigner to buy like a 4-wheeler, which at that time was probably like $300, and how now he's got some 800 credit score and he's proud of it. And he talked about and that's just something I grew up with, like having pride in your work and when you put your all into something, when you do the best that you can possibly do at anything. I don't care if it's putting a model car together. You can point at that model car and say, I did that, and be proud to have the world see it. and that's what I've been trying to instill into Jordy, and it's been difficult.
I think like you know that I have a camera on my desk that we started out with on FPS Russia, and that to me reminds me every day how far we've come. That you've got to have something, whether it's you watching day one of your video and then watching your workout that you did this morning. You have to be able to see and believe that improvement, and it's like you refuse to see that improvement, and I don't know why. So think about that and try and work out why you're stopping yourself from seeing how far you've come. Because until you see how far you've come, you're not going to go any further.
Is that hot cocoa?
It's tea.
Oh.
It's caffeinated. Keeps me up.
Green
Is
tea?
it hot tea?
Yes, it's hot tea.
Good.
Got
boy.
honey in there?
There is sugar and lemon.
Oh, I like honey,
Oh,
and I'm kind of
French
picky about
one.
my honey. Like I've got to have like the orange blossom honey. I'm
Titty,
picky about my honey.
Titty. Kitty did. What was your opinion of the sugar and lemon?
It's French. It's the French way. All your respect has gone out the window.
She puts milk in her tea though.
My wife does that.
I don't care for that.
sugar.
It tastes okay, but it looks like hell.
It's awesome. It's the only way to drink tea.
Titty, are you making any YouTube videos right now?
I'm going to punch you in the head. Tomorrow's video.
Do you want to tell us about your YouTube videos, Titty?
Yeah, Teddy, I want to hear all about them.
Tell us more, Titty.
Tomorrow's video is going to be me beating the shit out of Kyle,
Million
followed
views.
by taking
Will
a
we get to
baseball
see
bat
Kyle
for
at
wings.
last?
She makes me wear the gorilla suit when she beats me.
He will be in a gimp mask.
You know,
Oh,
I-
God. Oh, no, wait, no, not
Gimp
this.
mask, gorilla suit. I don't care
Not
what
again.
kind of furry craziness you're into. I'm not judging.
Dude, with that's the other thing. So like, I think let's talk about some positive notes. I think from the show. Besides Wing's really good performance on all the physical stuff, I really like the costume. I've always felt that if you add a costume to something, it lightens the mood, it gets people involved, and it makes it more funny. It makes it better. Anything's better with costumes. We've got see what was the costume in the last video? Was it Caesar?
It was Jeremy was wearing like some big ass afro.
Yeah, exactly.
Caesar.
He was Caesar with an afro. But we've got a few cool ones coming up. We've got Gumby. I think there's a gorilla in the next video that's coming out. So I think that's been my favorite part of doing this whole thing, to be honest, is forcing Jeremy to wear the costumes. And make no mistake, Jeremy hates those costumes. Like when you see Jeremy as that clown, like stalking Wings, that's something we made him do, and he's like, really? Come on, man, can't I just be out here? And we're like, no, Jeremy, no. Get that gorilla suit on. And like after like a round of like hitting the mitts, Jeremy is soaked in sweat when he takes the mask off. He's just like burning up. Like Jeremy's really despising those costumes. So keep that in mind when you watch the videos, and they'll be a little bit extra funny.
He begs. It's awesome.
He hates the costumes, and I don't even understand. I'm like, you don't want to wear it? All right, give me the fucking costume. You hold the camera then. And he's like, no, I'll do it. I'm like, all right then. No, stop being a bitch. But seriously though, Jeremy has been really cool the whole way through. He's done everything we've asked him to, and he's always really quick to run grab something or do anything we've asked him to do. When you say so, Wings, Jeremy's pretty awesome as far as helping us with this thing.
Yeah.
A seal of approval from Wings.
Anything in particular that Jeremy has done to impress you with his diligence, like maybe changing your brakes and detailing your car more? Fair enough.
Job.
Fair enough. I'm sorry that my associates don't with detail and change your brakes complimentary. Oh, I love that.
You guys want to talk boot camp?
We could.
Got it.
I think that's one of the main reasons we got Kitty on here. I know she's only on here for a couple hours or so.
Yeah, Kitty has to go and.
Because I want to get her. I thought it was gonna be great to get her perspective on some of this stuff. So, do you have any questions, Woody or Lefty?
Well, Oh, go ahead, Lefty. I would love it.
I want to ask Katie and Kyle, what is it like living with the one, the only Wings of Redemption?
I
What's
don't
it
think
like?
you can sum up the experience in the time we're allotted here. So let's narrow it down to like one specific thing. Is there any way you could do that? Like
Okay,
something
my
like what's
wife
the
often
best thing or the
says-
most interesting thing or the
What's the most interesting thing you learned about Wings of Redemption from living with him?
oh
Oh. He's very comfortable leaving the bathroom door open when he pees.
yeah
I'm not.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah there's that.
Kitty spotted that
Um,
thick six.
Let's see what else.
I knew the
I don't
bathroom
know.
thing would come up first.
Yeah, like this is legitimately hard because it's not like
Wings
He's-
actually cares about trucks so much that it's painful.
oh god, he was teaching me how to drive the other day while he was at the wheel driving me to somewhere, and I was like, Wings, I don't care.
Let me point this
But
out.
he was very passionate about.
I was pointing
teaching
out
me.
I was pointing out that, when you're behind these big trucks on these interstates, that you need to be able to see the mirrors, because if you can't see the mirrors, they can't see you. A lot of people don't know that, and they don't use it on the road.
Wings, how fast do you go on the interstate?
I usually go 4 to 5 miles over the speed limit.
When are you going to start doing that?
I did it today.
So Wings drives 60 miles per hour on a 70 mile
No,
per
no, no,
hour
no, no, no,
interstate
no, no.
highway.
You drive 80, 85. I drive
I drive-
75 in a 70.
I drive 80 to 85 miles per hour on the 75 mile per hour highway, and I
No
brake
75
at
mile
every
highway.
speed trap because I know where they all are. That
Oh
is
my
a
goodness.
70 mile per hour interstate I-85, but that goes right through the middle of the southeast. You go 60 miles an hour. Did we or did we not have to pull over to like wait on you to catch up
You didn't have to. I know how to get back to the house.
today?
But
Okay, no,
the reason
I've got
you
it.
pulled over
Point made.
was because you made a left-hand turn without a signal. Because you came to an intersection. I know we were going left or right. You decided not to use your signal at all. Turned into traffic while there's like 5 cars coming each way, and I got stuck.
That seems like not what happened at all.
Very likely with the way you drive,
Do you-
actually. But anyway, no, the most interesting thing is when Wings is driving you in someone else's truck. He is like a truck doctor. Oh, you hear that noise? That's the XRB bolt not tightened properly.
No,
Or,
no.
Yeah, he goes CSI on your vehicle like it's helpful, and it's just
I don't
insulting.
even drive. Like, I don't know what he's talking about. He's speaking
Like
Latin.
you hear the engine sound like it's hitting rocks. That's spark knock.
I
always have
don't
Okay,
care.
so next question.
Lefty?
Did you guys get the Cooper tire thing resolved?
I want to know
No,
about that.
I told him just to mind his own damn business, and I'm just driving my car because the
When I-
Cooper tires drive really nice on it. And what I've noticed is it's a little bit slicker compound. I can now spin tires, which is something that the car would never allow to happen before. It's not something I do because I don't want to be buying tires all the
So
time.
wait,
but
you
it
got
will
the
do it now.
Coopers?
Yeah,
Hold up. Oh, I've never seen you drive that car since I've been here.
I drove it
Drove
all.
it yesterday.
Yeah, I drove it all day yesterday.
Okay.